Doing a weird little video. Hi, I'm Waptek. I'm from the state of Oregon in the country of the United States, and I'm not from the area I'm going to be talking about. So we'll call this colonialist explaining, right? No matter how much you might get angry at a video with the title I'm going to put in to make you angry, because that was the point, you got clickbaited, listen. Uh, well, Pakistan didn't exist until 1947, and officially the same act that created it, British Parliament's Independence Act, also created India as a separate country. The idea is to separate the groups, to have power over them. No, the colonialists wouldn't disempower groups of people by separating. Keep y'all fighting each other. 517 BC. This is the Wikipedia version of history. I'm going to insert a few other things in here. The Achaemenid Empire. Then it was part of the conquest in the year 326 BC by Alexander the Great, conquering regions and various local rulers. Then 322 BC, he didn't hold it very long, I can't pronounce it, but we'll call it Mauryans. Then 185 BC, Demetrius of, I can't pronounce it, Indo-Greek kingdom. Then 165 BC, part of the Menander thing, till 150 BC. Then Wikipedia just kind of falls off because Wikipedia is nothing if not incomplete and kind of a work in progress. Then that forward, we have a reference to almost 500 AD. It's 459 AD, the Rai dynasty. But in the middle of that, we have the Bactrians, Parthians, Kushans, the White Huns in 455 AD are mentioned on another website, which may or may not be valid. Some of these may be traditional history that's been handed down from generation to generation. Some of them may be based on questionable data. One entire website includes all the way back to over 1 million years ago because we have evidence of entire groups of people in the area that were distinct populations. Let's go forward. Now remember, if you came to this video, you're one of those people who's screaming at the top of your fucking lungs that Pakistan didn't exist. So the dirt was hauled in, the mountain range was jumped up out of the ground. No, it was part of, let's read what it was part of. After the Rai dynasty, we have the 661 AD Moai group. Then 975 AD, the Ghaznavid Empire, another empire. Then 1206 AD, Ghorid Empire. I'm pronouncing this horribly. Don't slap me. I'm already slapping myself inside. Then 1526 AD, the Mughal Empire. And then 1839, British Empire took over, by taking over slowly, anyway, gradually, by going after Karachi. By 1893, it was in the British Indian Empire, and then something happened. 1933, previous century, Cambridge law student Choudhary Rahmat Ali added the word for land of the Paks, or Pakstan, to a map, because that was what came to mind. Basically coined the word that we now use for Pakistan. And 1947, the British Parliament's Indian Independence Act created both the independent dominions of Pakistan and India equally. As in equally in that they're both created entities. In the same way that while we called the Amazon forest the Amazon, and it was the land of what we might call the Amazons, if you're into comic book versions of history, which you shouldn't be, North and South America weren't ruled by anybody other than the people there until people came in from other countries with a superior level of violence and equipment, and in some cases just having diseases, and just wiped people out and took power. Pakistan doesn't have a right to be called something. It hasn't been there for hundreds of years. Okay, someone said that under a YouTube video. Now let's back up a bit. This is the year 2026. So what was happening in 1926? Well, before that, it was being referred to as the land of the Paks by other people. It's not just this person inventing it, but very likely this is the first mentioning in paperwork. It was a pamphlet, it had a map, but yeah, Pakstan. But before that, it was part of British India, and they called them Paks or whatever, and insulted them in some way. And basically, I'm not saying that happened, but the point is that easily by 1926, this was considered a definitive subculture group based on religion, cultural practices, social character, etc. This is well documented. But oh no, it wasn't officially created. It was a created thing, but at the same time, India was created. So some of you in the comment sections are screaming it's not a legitimate thing. It's like people screaming that there was no such thing as the location, place name we call Israel or other places. No, I'm not in favor of the Israeli government. Their behavior is they become what they were hunted by. And I do believe that that is the worst possible fucking outcome. It's a crying shame. The group of people that said never again and never forget repeated history and are therefore guilty of being not ignorant, but deciding to be ignorant. But it's a created country. But the word isn't brand new. And yeah. Also, if you officially sanction and legally state that there is a subgroup in the United States referred to as the First Nations tribe named Umpqua, I'm in the state of Oregon, so that comes to mind first. And they have a definitive area we're officially naming as the main area they have power over, which ignores the vast quantity of literally everything in the United States belonging to somebody else that we stole it from, or actually our ancestors did. I'm not guilty of stealing anything. I'm just random person along for the ride, like actually they are too. That doesn't change the fact that I'm probably sitting on land that belonged to a particular tribe and should actually have a different name. Oh, I forgot. Most of the place names in most of the United States are literal names of the groups that used to control it. In fact, a lot of places are being renamed back what they were before because that's literally, quite literally, the least anybody could do, and it's almost an insult, but it acknowledges this isn't our dirt. So yeah, so why am I making this video? I'm getting tired of people being tricked and lied to. And the person who posted the comment was a fucking bot, or worse, a nationalist. I must promote my nation by denigrating others. That's the zero-sum game thing that you hear about conservatives believing in. They believe that there's only enough to go around, so only a small amount or only a limited amount, and they believe in stealing from everybody because they're dishonest bastards, rather than understanding that, no, it's not a zero-sum game. You can be happy and other people don't have to be made miserable so you can have your happy. That is an actual taught mindset within a specific subgroup of human beings in the United States. And it's being echoed loudly. If somebody else isn't miserable, you're being degraded, your life is being damaged. They're taking it from me. Nobody's taking shit from you. And just like if you're from India or any other nearby country, and people have talked you into hating on Pakistan or India or both or whatever, that's those people trying to teach you to do their dirty work for them. You like working for free like a little bitch in the comment sections on YouTube? You like looking like a bot because we assume you're a bot? This has gotten fantastically old. This is one of the oldest, divide and conquer is what I call it. People agreeing to be divided against each other so that your bad guy that is sitting in the background the balloon naughty, as I call them. Go look up what balloon knot looks like. Assholes. These fuckers get away with shit. No, it's not both sides, and we need to all get along. There is a certain subgroup, and it's usually very small because they want to be an exclusive little club going moo-ha-ha. There is a subgroup, subpopulation in every part of the world that does this shit, and a bunch of you go along with it because they teach you either to be fearful, so you're fighting for the resources that you aren't needing to fight over, or they teach you to be greedy and vicious because that is the last bastion of a desperate person. It's also the last bastion of a cruel person. Everyone carries a cruel monster in them. We're not two wolves fighting. We're more like panicky kittens that honestly would rather be sitting somewhere and being petted and purring. Don't at me in the comment section about that. And if I get reincarnated, I want to be a house cat. You know. So anyway, I don't want to be a dog. I think I was a dog last time. So anyway, the point of making this. You can look up discoveringpakistan.com, Pakistan history according to one group of people. You can look up iandharmapedia.net, wiki history of Pakistan, and see that. Or you can just look up the Wikipedia article, which is where I get all of this from. Since it's the first thing that'll come up when you type in history of Pakistan, I might not even include a link. The point is that yelling, it was created and it's artificial and blah, shut up. Virtually everybody alive today is in a universe, in a reality that was artificially created a long time ago by somebody else. The only people out there that actually have any kind of business saying that they're in a normal, natural occurring area with a history that's bona fide are people who are uncontacted tribes that nobody will bother because we don't want to ruin their lives. Like, there's 5 groups. There's maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people on this planet that absolutely have absolute real complaints to make. Meanwhile, we got politicians taunting someone while they're being murdered and tortured on camera and then claiming that they're not turning into the monster they survived or that their grandparents survived. Yes, I'm talking about that country. The point here I'm making here is you're all being told to fight each other when it gives you nothing in return. You're not gaining anything because you're not taking anything from them, and you've been taught that you have to take instead of live with each other. You need to fucking knock this shit off. And as I've said and hinted at, if Pakistan and India and every other country that's been told not to trust each other signed a bunch of rules and regulations and basically just started working together, the planet would be... You'd see a lot of banksters and a lot of bastards like Elon Musk working really hard to propagandize your asses. Oh, wait a minute, they're already doing that. And every one of you fuckers in the comment sections out there who keeps picking fights with people trying to rabble-rouse, people are going to call you out and call you a bot, these days especially. You can cut and paste the entirety of the description of this video, except for the links, as a statement to somebody about the history of Pakistan. Because that's what it'll be labeled. According to an idiot. I'm an incompetent moron. You tell me what the history is. I'm sure this is completely wrong, and you have a Wikipedia article you could fill in the gaps from approximately 150 BC to 489 AD. That's over 600 years of blank space in a Wikipedia article? How? Is it really that murky? Really? Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. Sorry if I'm annoying any of you, or not sorry, honestly. But y'all need to stop working for the people trying to ruin your existence. Assume when you're told to hate or be angry or vindictive towards a group of people, somebody's fucking making money off of it. If they're not making money, it's worse. They're gaining power over both sides. Bye.